welcome back to another video. My name's Glaxaz and today I will be showing you the top 5 fastest tips to getting better at Power Simulator. Now, these tips will be useful for everyone. Even if you're experienced at the game, I almost guarantee that you'll learn something from this video. And before we start the video, I just want to mention that these tips are in no particular order, except for number 5 being probably the most important tip in this game. So definitely watch to the end so you can see that. So if you do end up enjoying this video, do me a favor, leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to see more content like this. Alright guys, I think that's enough of an introduction, so now I will show you the top 5 tips. Alright guys, tip number 1 is if you want to train your swiftness, you can run into walls. So some of you might know this, but there's something that you can do in Roblox where you can run into walls, and the thing is, as long as you're running in this game, you will actually gain swiftness. And I've actually done this a lot, and look how fast I am now. I've actually got 120,000 swiftness. So now I'll explain this tip. So basically all you gotta do is press slash on your keyboard and just run into a wall at the same time. So you gotta hold forward and press slash at the same time while going into a wall preferably, otherwise you'll probably go off the map, and it should work. So I'll show you right now. Running into a wall, holding my W key, press slash, and I should be getting swiftness. Look at that. So if I move around right now, I'm actually running, but I'm not even pressing any buttons. So this tip is super helpful if you want to upgrade to swiftness and become a faster player in this game. So I definitely recommend trying this one out because it makes it easier to travel around the map. Alright, now I'm going to move on to tip number 2. So, tip number 2 is actually get an auto clicker. And if you don't know what an auto clicker is, it's basically an application that you can install and it clicks for you. So anything like punching, you can just get an auto clicker and it'll punch for you. So you can just go AFK and you'll get infinite punch power. So this tip is really useful if you want to become stronger in this game. So you can just go AFK and you'll get punch power while being AFK. Something I also like doing is going into places and auto click punching while I'm training, and this is super helpful because I can get my punch power up even while I'm training something else. So if I go into the firehouse right now, what I can do is I can go into here and I'm training endurance, and then I can just press, and then I can just get my auto clicker to do all the work for me, and I'm getting punch power while I'm getting endurance. So this one is super useful. Alright, now I'm going to move on to tip number 3. So this one is a bit of a simpler one and might seem obvious for some people, but I see a lot of people that don't do this and they level up really slowly. And this tip is do your quests. So what a lot of people's mentality in this game is they try to get up one of their stats and become super good in that. But in this game you need all your stats to become better. And the thing is, when you do your quests, you can gain some coins, as you can see here. I've got 350 coins, and with these coins I can upgrade how much I get like per punch. So watch, every time I punch, instead of getting 1 punch power, I actually get 50. So these are super useful. So if you want to become better at one stat, you should do these quests, and eventually you'll get better at every single stat because you'll have upgraded them with your coins. So yeah, I definitely recommend just doing the quests because it will just help you in every single way. And if you don't know how to do quests, all you gotta do is go up to this guy at the spawn, and he's gotta click on him, and it'll give you a quest. But currently, I already have a quest right now, so I won't be able to get a quest. But that's exactly how you do it. Okay, now moving on to tip number 4. This tip is useful for everyone because it is getting coins. Now, the strategy I'm using to get coins is actually getting codes. And the best way to get codes is just search up a YouTube video because they usually have all of them. But some of the codes that you can use, I've already used these, but it'll, just for demonstration, like sub to tofu. Watch this. it says use code, and it said use code for me, but that's already because I've already used the code. But for all these codes, there's a ton of them. You'll get coins, and as I said before, coins are super useful. So I definitely recommend doing codes as soon as you get into the game, because it'll make your progress super fast. But I didn't do it straight away, so it actually slowed my progress. But now that I've done it, I get so much more stuff for training. So doing this is definitely beneficial. It's probably one of the most important tips on this list. Alright, the final tip. Tip number 5.
I'm a gnome, and you've been gnomed.
Okay, now before I get to tip number 5, probably the best tip on this list, I'm going to now show you 2 honorable mentions that didn't make it onto the list, but are still super helpful. So, even though this is a top 5 video, I'll be adding these in anyways, because I think they are just so good. So, I'm going to get right into the first tip. And the first tip is super simple, like a lot of tips on this list, but is really effective. So, I'll show you the tip right now, and all you got to do is you got to go to spawn, and once you're at spawn, I'll show you. So, you gotta go over to here, you see a little rainway, or you gotta claim your tokens as well. I always forget to do that. But also, right next to him, there's a little map, and it'll show you everywhere where you can go to places to train. So if you didn't know about this one, here it just shows you everywhere you can train, like, and ENDR is endurance, PP is punch power, PF is psychic force. So if you didn't know about this one is super important. You should definitely use it whenever trying to find a new place. And now I'm going to show you the honorable mention 2. So this one is kind of simple, but at the same time not used as much, even though it's super useful. And all you gotta do is you want to go over to, as you can see on this map, there's a little trampoline right here, and you have to be 100 agility to jump on it, which isn't too much. But all you gotta do is you gotta go over to this trampoline over here, and what you can do is you can normally jump on it, and that gives you pretty decent amount of agility, 300 agility. And you just got to hold down your space bar. But something that you can do to make it way easier and AFKable is you just get something like around your room. It can be anything, it's just got to be heavy enough. So for me, I just grabbed a book and I put it on my space bar, and now I'm infinitely jumping, so I can get infinite agility. So if you want to train your agility, this is probably the best way to do it, because you can infinitely jump and you get infinite agility. But also, if you want to train your swiftness at the same time, you can just run around and you'll get agility and swiftness for the price of one. This slash trick won't work on here, as you'll just keep moving forward and you'll go off of the trampoline. So I hope these honorable mentions were helpful, and let's get right into tip number 5. This tip is so important. I think this is the most important tip on the whole list, and it is pretty simple, but all you gotta do is AFK farm. Now a lot of people might be thinking, oh, I already go AFK, but I mean, every time you're on your computer, just load this game up and go AFK. You're watching YouTube, go play this game and go AFK. You're doing a project for school, go in this game and go AFK. Literally anything you're doing, you should go in this game and go AFK, because while you're working or while you're watching YouTube, things are getting done on here, and when you come back, you will be super OP. So if you're ever on your computer, on your laptop, or any of those, just go AFK on this game, because while you're not doing any work, you'll be gaining abilities. But I recommend to check up on the game every once in a while to check if you've got a new milestone. Like if you got 100 million psychic power, then you could go to a new spot and then you can gain more psychic power. So definitely check up on the game every once in a while to make sure that you aren't missing out on any easy upgrades. So guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for this tips and tricks video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to never miss a video like this. And also, definitely recommend to join my Discord server, and I'll leave that in the description because I'll be super active on there and you can interact with me. Alright, bye guys.